The world of boxing often breeds arrogance. Every now and then, a fighter believes he's the one to expose Saúl Canelo Alvarez, to make him look human, to strip away his aura of invincibility. But time and time again, Canelo has turned that arrogance into pain. His fists don't argue. They teach. And few have learned that lesson harder than Austin Trout, Daniel Jacobs, and Leonardo Tiner. Back in 2013, Austin Trout carried himself like a man destined to rewrite history. Undefeated and confident, he saw Canelo as just another young contender, too raw, too predictable. He taunted him in interviews, claiming Canelo wasn't on his level, that he'd exposed the hype. But when the lights dimmed and the bell rang, Trout discovered that reputation means nothing once Canelo starts to close the distance. The Mexican prodigy came forward with measured aggression, reading every move, dissecting every feint. Trout's jab flickered like a spark in the dark, but Canelo's counterpunches were lightning bolts. As the rounds passed, Trout's confidence began to fade beneath the relentless pressure. Then, in a flash of pure timing, Canelo unleashed a right hand that sent Trout crashing to the canvas. The crowd erupted, a statement punch from a man tired of being underestimated. By the end, Canelo had claimed victory by unanimous decision, silencing the trash talker and proving that greatness doesn't need words, only precision. Years later, another fighter would make the same mistake. In 2019, Daniel Jacobs, slick, powerful, and brimming with confidence, promised to humble Canelo Alvarez. He claimed he would embarrass him, even hurt him, mocking Canelo's calm demeanor as weakness. But arrogance is a dangerous mask to wear against a man who thrives on control. From the first bell, Canelo stalked Jacobs like a patient predator. Every jab, every slip, every angle was calculated with surgical intent. Jacobs tried to switch stances, to confuse, to outbox, but Canelo was always one step ahead, cutting off the ring, snapping sharp hooks to the body, and slipping punches with effortless grace. The Mexican's defense looked supernatural, his composure unshakable. By the later rounds, Jacobs was throwing just to survive, each punch absorbed or countered with brutal precision. When the final bell sounded, there was no question. Canelo had once again dismantled a man who thought he could break him. Victory by decision, but the dominance was absolute. Yet to understand Canelo's fire, you have to go back to where it all began. The days when he was still a teenager fighting grown men, hungry for respect. In 2009, a young Canelo faced Leonardo Tiner, a street-tough brawler who carried both power and ego in equal measure. Tiner mocked the red-headed Mexican before the fight, calling him soft, a kid out of his depth. He swore he'd teach him a lesson in pain, but what unfolded was something different. The moment the fight began, Canelo charged forward with unrestrained fury, a 19-year-old lion testing his roar. Tiner tried to rough him up, to turn the fight into a street brawl, even resorting to dirty tactics. But Canelo didn't flinch. He adapted, striking with raw instinct and heart. Every punch echoed louder, every exchange tilted in his favor, until the so-called veteran found himself overwhelmed by the young Mexican's fire. When it was over, Canelo's hand was raised in victory, and Tiner's smirk had long vanished. It wasn't just a win, it was a declaration that a new era had arrived. From Tiner to Trout to Jacobs, one pattern remains: disrespect Canelo Alvarez, and he will make you pay, not with words, but with violence. His calm exterior hides a ruthless precision that punishes arrogance and rewards patience. The men who once mocked him now serve as stepping stones in his rise to greatness. He isn't loud. He isn't reckless. He's inevitable. So the question remains, how many more will underestimate the quiet storm before they learn that against Canelo Alvarez, pride is the fastest way to fall? If you enjoyed this breakdown of Canelo's most underrated wars, drop your thoughts below. Which fight showed the true heart of Canelo? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more cinematic boxing stories from the world's pound-for-pound king.